the form that we were on going into that winter break, I mean, if that was to continue, then, you know, we can kiss the season goodbye pretty soon.
We need to see something from Arsenal come Saturday, a real convincing win to make us feel confidence again back in the fan base.
Bro, you take Benzema, even at this age, bro, do you see what we've got? He can be the one to guide this team. I wish we could get a Benzema or someone of that ilk that's been there, done that at the highest level, still, you know, very competitive at a later age, because I think that that's something that this team lacks, in my opinion.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. We're outside the Emirates on a freezing cold day. It's -5 today. Robbie's over in Qatar. The team has just come back from the warm weather of Dubai. It's -5 today, yeah.
You're lying.
I swear to God.
Now or later?
No, well, today. So it was this morning and it's going to be later today as well. Freezing. But listen, we're here to preview the game against Palace at the Emirates, a 12:30 kickoff. Some clubs moaning about the early kickoff, but I'm sure Arsenal will be able to get it done. Let's hope the Gunners can make pigeons out of the Eagles come Saturday. I've been working on that one. I hope you like that one. But let's get into this. I've got Turkish with me. Turkish. Palace Saturday. The boys are coming back off a bad run. You know, we've lost our last three and we're drawn and then lost a few games recently. We need to bounce back. Big game Saturday. We need to get a win. We want to make an example of Palace. That's what I've been speaking to a lot of fans about. They want to really put them to the sword, really, you know, bounce back properly come Saturday. How are you feeling for this game?
I'd hope to see us do that. I mean, it's a must-win.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a must-win because the form that we were on going into that winter break, I mean, if that was to continue, then, you know, we can kiss the season goodbye pretty soon, you know. And it's been a little while since we've said that, and I know it's been a little while since we've been at the top of the table expecting to be challenging and whatnot, but it would be a big blow to just have top four left to play for come February, March. Yeah. So not only the next game is important, it's the next 4 games. I'm not overlooking this next game. I'm just looking at the next 4 games saying, listen, we've got to win every single one of those when you look at the opposition we're playing. Yeah.
Liverpool coming here to the Emirates, so even that game.
We have to win it.
Yeah, no, fair.
Because listen, we didn't beat Fulham. Home and away.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, we've dropped points. I mean, Aston Villa's a game where, all right, you can call it tough, but on the scheme of things, when you look at the 90 minutes, we should have won that one.
We had plenty of chances.
So I don't want another game where it's like, oh, we should have won. You know, it's not that big of a problem because it's a couple fixes needed. We're creating enough chances. No. You know, it's now come to a point where if we don't win this game, then essentially even the most optimistic of fans would have to kiss the title goodbye. Yeah,
100%. Now, it's a game that you said there. I think it is a must-win. I think you've seen a lot of the titles as well on AFTV recently. I think a lot of fans that are talking about this game and saying it's a must-win. It's 4th versus 14th. You know, Spurs are they're joint points of us right now. It's only goal difference that are keeping us above them. Obviously, we have a game in hand. And with the last fixtures, Villa picked up a draw. They only got 1 point, and there was a draw as well with Spurs as well. So it is a chance for Arsenal to kick back up, get back into the title race conversation. You know, there was a lot of meltdowns after those losses saying, that's it, it's done. I'm trying to think of your fan cam. Maybe if you were thinking it's over the title now.
I do.
You still believe that?
I do. We've left ourselves with a massive task.
Yeah, we have.
You know.
We have.
It's listen.
It can be achieved.
Everyone's saying Turkish is negative right now and writing there. Stop writing a comment because I know mathematically it's still possible, and even to say mathematically is a joke in January because we're only 5 points off or whatever. It's only 5 points at the moment. I say only, but that only, when you delve into that only, it's Liverpool at the top. When you delve into that only, it's Man City in between. Yeah. Liverpool and Man City are the teams that we hope to emulate. We hope to, you know, match in terms of greatness over the last 5-6 years. So yeah, we really need to kick on them and beat Palace. Convincing, going back to what you originally said about making it a convincing win. Ideally, yes. Ideally, we go out there, make it a convincing win and put them to the sword, score goals, then, you know, you can quickly forget about the form before the winter break.
That's a good point.
And you can really kick on from it.
That's a good point. I think, because of the break that Arsenal have just been on, if you go and win, make an example of Palace, then you're right, we forget about those losses and we just hopefully we can kick on. And
a 2-1 doesn't do that.
It doesn't, and especially if we miss a lot of chances. That'll annoy me. We're both going to be watching the game together on Saturday, and that's what I don't want to see again. I don't want to see, you know, Havertz up top potentially missing loads of chances. I know Jesus will be back, so he'll probably start. But like, we need to, like I said, we have to score goals and come back after this break in Dubai as well. You know, we've got some players returning. we need to see something from Arsenal come Saturday, a real convincing win to make us feel confidence again back in the fan base. That's what I want to see. And I mean, we look at the last 5 games against Palace. We have actually won 3, and we've drawn 1 and then lost 1. I remember, obviously, we beat them this season already. And the one that actually sticks in my mind is when we went away 3-0. We lost them. Is when Partey come off, Lokonga come on. That was a killer. But and the reason why I'm mentioning that is because we can segue back into obviously
that was
players.
a top 4 race season, isn't it?
Yes, yes, and it kind of started capitulating around then as well.
Was that Vieira in charge?
Yes, Patrick Vieira. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But then, like I said, I was segueing into players returning, the likes of Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko's apparently back as well. Now I know we're going to do a Predict 11 video, so make sure you check that out. That'll be on the channel as well, me and James. But just your thoughts. Does Jesus go straight back in? Does Kivior get dropped?
Well, what options we got, mate?
Eddie, bro.
Yeah, but come on, man. You're doing your best impression of Laurie right now. Bro, what else have we got? We ain't got anything else. So
you're not saying sell Jesus, keep Eddie? Like,
nah, bro, none
sure?
of that.
Laurie?
None of that. I'll leave that on Laurie's side of the AFTV fence. If Jesus, I was surprised he was dropped in the game prior to the last one. So for me, he Jesus fit, he's in. He's one of the first names on the team sheet if he's fit because of the lack of depth. Reason I'm nailing down that point about what else we got is because that's kind of what's put us in this situation here. A lack of goals. Jesus, in my opinion, well, it's facts. He's never been a gunman. Yeah. He's never been that guy. So even when we signed him, I said, 15 to 18 and, first season would be good. He got 11 and 23, the big injury. Fair enough. He could have been on course for 15 to 18. This season, in front of goal, through a mix of being played on the wings early on and then, a couple injuries as well this season, he's only got a couple goals, which is not good enough. But we've got nothing else. And by that I mean we ain't even got the money to buy anything else in. So for me, it's Jesus 100%, Saka 100%, Martinelli 100%, Odegaard 100%, Declan Rice 100%, Saliba, Gabriel 100%, Ben White 100%, and the rest. There's questions. I know Raya will be 100%. You know that.
Zinchenko in for Kivior. I think,
Tommy's not available, so Zinchenko's 100% because Kivior for me is not a left back.
And Havertz in that midfield, I suppose.
Midfield, you hope and pray.
You hope and pray.
You hope and pray because Havertz, wherever you play him, I haven't got high expectations to say the least.
Well, that's fair enough. I want to run through quickly just Palace's players that have injuries currently as well at the moment. So Rob Holding. Oh my God, they're without Rob Holding.
Bro, about 7 months ago, Arsenal fans were arguing with me saying stop getting onto Holding, and it's not, he's decent. He's stepped in for Saliba and he's done his best.
He barely makes it into that Palace side, even when he's fit.
Play for Palace. Like, we got to stop doing that with players. Even till this day, Laurie, Robbie, stop with this Eddie stuff, and even Havertz. It's very early, but we know. No. We've seen Havertz for years. We've got to stop holding on to something. Like we've done it with Maitland-Niles before. Yeah. Done it with Ozil as a fan base, done it with Bellerin. We're at a stage now where we've waited a hell of a long time to be up there at the top end of the table and expecting title challenges. Don't let those low standards, poor standards from a few years ago creep into this now, because at this level you need to maintain high standards or you'll soon be back to where we was originally at the end of Wenger's tenure. Yeah,
it's hard. So you want a ruthless Arsenal and a ruthless mentality then going forward. So I think a lot of people,
City are ruthless.
I hear that.
Liverpool are ruthless.
But what we have with Arsenal is it's difficult to be. You have to be ruthless, of course. You have to have that sort of standards. But with what we have, I put that down to the manager. Like the Eddies, you spoke about Eddie there. You spoke about some of the players that is what we have though. So being ruthless, we're left with not much really to look to. So
jobs also made easier when large sections of the fan base, for some reason, idolise some of these players that really shouldn't be playing for Arsenal. Listen, 100% it's on Arteta first and foremost, that he's given Eddie a 1,400k backup striker to Jesus. Havertz has come in 65 million as an upgrade on Jack. These things are on Mikel, but it doesn't help that fans sometimes, or a lot of the time, are not real with themselves or real with each other and honest about things. That's why we've still got a few of these players at the club that really now we're looking at and saying, those are the last few that we need to get out and upgrade on to really be challenging City and Liverpool.
Okay, let me ask you this. This is a bit left field, but the rumours are again re-emerged. Would you take Benzema on a 6-month loan?
Bro, would I take?
I know
Benzema?
you love.
The question more is, would Benzema take us? That's more the question.
Serious?
Yeah, because Mikel hasn't shown that he can work with top talent
100%.
at the highest level. So that would be one question mark.
Doesn't seem like an Arsenal player as much as we've been linked to him back in the past, and I wanted him back in the day, around 7 years ago, 6 years ago. But
do we have the money when you look at the amount of money
true.
he's on? So when I say, you know, would he pick us? It's no disrespect on Arsenal. Arsenal, massive club. I love Arsenal.
Cool.
But I mean, the situation he's in, he's on P.
Crazy money.
You know, and it's a big risk to come to the Premier League at his age and potentially tarnish some of that legacy, because this social media age is ruthless. You know, a shit 6 months in front of goal, or he comes to Arsenal and we finish fourth.
That can change your whole career.
Yeah, and it wouldn't change his whole career, but the perception can be twisted by a lot of people. Yeah. So in this day and age, there's risk factors involved as well. So I think the question is more so, can we afford him? And if we can, would he want to come and potentially see us over the line? If that is yes and yes, then bro, you take Benzema. Even at this age, bro, do you see what we've got? He can be the one to guide this team. I wish we could get a Benzema or someone of that ilk that's been there, done that at the highest level, still, you know, very competitive at a later age. Because I think that that's something that this team lacks, in my opinion. Obviously, the oldest member of the first team, let's say, is probably Partey when he's fit.
Yeah.
And Partey, you know, his fitness at Arsenal has really held him back from potentially being a leader. And I don't even see that in his character either. I don't see Partey as someone that's going to bring you over the line and something. Benzema, in my opinion, could, but we won't do it.
I thought Declan Rice had a bit of that as well, and you've seen flashes of, you know, that leadership, that qualities. But I suppose you need more than that. You don't just need. I know we've got people who argue there's loads of leaders in Arsenal, but yeah, when it comes to Benzema, the heritage, what he's won, what he's achieved in his career, I do question though if he would work for Arsenal. But that's just my thoughts personally. But I had to ask you that. I know you're a big fan of Benzema, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that, especially when it comes to mentality-wise. Now, I'm going to read this stat here that's been sent to us by Opta, and it's a bit of a downer one. Arsenal have taken just 4 points from their last 15 available in the Premier League, winning once, drawing once, and losing 3. Listen, but I want to flip it and say Palace this weekend are without Elise. Now, how much of a boost Turkish is that for Arsenal? Because I think he's a quality player. I'd love him at Arsenal, but without him, I'm trying to think of the threats they have. They have that Mateus Franco, who come from Brazil, the TikTok sensation. I know he played against Everton in the first game. I watched a bit of him and he looks quite electric, but I want to see more of him. It'll be interesting to see if he starts against Arsenal on the weekend. But they haven't really got many threats. I'm very fearful of Crystal Palace come Saturday.
I mean, Elise would have been the key threat.
Yeah, Eze is
definitely
quality player, by the way.
But look, I mean, I looked at Fulham's front line and said that's a dead front line, and I'm not saying that front line put us to the sword, but they beat us. You know,
that's a great point.
At the end of the day, if we're not on job from defence to attack, then you know anyone's got a chance in the Premier League. Luton bagged 3 against us. You know, so we've got to be on job. That's why, with the injuries Palace have as well, because I've just found out Elise is injured. I didn't know that.
He's injured,
I've actually put him on the thumbnail of Big Six, so I've probably got to get that changed.
You better change that real quick. Yeah, hamstring injury.
But yeah, I'm surprised about that. That solidifies the whole that we have to put them to the sword. I expect minimum 3 goals.
100%.
Minimum 3 goals.
100%. And obviously with their draw in the FA Cup round 3, they had a replay just at the time recording just yesterday as well. They're going to have some tired legs. Arsenal, listen, it's all geared up for Arsenal to go there. And just smashing goals and win this game against Palace very comfortably. But I've been here before as an Arsenal fan, and football just doesn't happen like that. I really hope we do get a big result. We're coming now to the time for score predictions. Turkish, I want to get your thoughts on that. With all the information you now have, how do you think the game's going to go and what do you think the score's going to be?
Minimum 3 goals. We tend to concede, especially at home. So I'll say 3-1.
3-1. All right, fair. I'm going to go, I want to say 3-0 or 4-0. You're right, we do concede at home quite a bit. But 4-0 Arsenal. Why not? There's not much to it apart from, giving you all the information. There is a lot to it. They haven't got Elise. Again, they've played recently as well. They're going to be a bit tired. I don't see many threats from them. I think Arsenal should be able to deal with it. We've got players returning as well. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko are going to be back as well. I know there's word of Partey, but I think it'll be too soon for him to be coming back into the side. 4-0. Let's make an example of Crystal Palace. I've said it many times before, and recently I've been disappointed, but this weekend, hopefully I am not. That is it for the preview. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you liked the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Check out all the content coming your way. Turkish with a box, as you know, gets a view from an opposition fan. Make sure you check that out. Predicted 11 videos coming with me and James. And guys, let's hope Arsenal get the win against Palace. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.